Okay. Ready for room on the broom?
I almost broke my tooth.
You almost broke your tooth.
Yeah,
That'll be bad.
cup.
Alright.
I almost broke it.
I'm ready to read. Okay? Yeah. You listen to the words? The witch had a cat, and a hat that was black, and long ginger hair in a braid down her back. How the cat purred, and how the witch grinned, as they sat on their broomstick and flew through the wind. But how the witch wailed and how the cat spat, when the wind blew so wildly it blew off the hat. What did she say?
Down!
Down! Cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the hat, but no hat could be found.
You found her hat.
Yeah, well, let's listen to the story. Then out of the bushes, on thundering paws, there bounded a dog with a hat in his jaws. He dropped it politely, then eagerly said, as the witch pulled the hat firmly down on her head, I am a dog, as keen as can be. Is there room on the broom for a dog like me?
I saw something here.
Huh?
It's my tooth is full. My tooth is
Too certain.
my tooth.
Falling out. Got hurt.
Look, hey, you got a hole in your show.
You ready to listen to the rest of the story? I am a dog, as keen as can be. Is there room on the broom for a dog like me? Yes, cried the witch, and the dog clambered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Over the fields and forests they flew. The dog wagged his tail, and the stormy wind blew. The witch laughed out loud and held on to her hat, but away blew the bow from her braid, just like that. What did she say? Down! Cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the bow, but no bow could be found. Then out from a tree, with an ear-splitting shriek, there flapped a green bird with a bow in her beak. She dropped it politely, then bent her head low, then said, as the witch tied the braid in the bow, I'm a bird, as green as can be. Is there room on the broom for a bird like me? Yes, cried the witch. So the bird fluttered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. To the end? We'll get there. Over the reeds and rivers they flew. The birds shrieked with glee, and the stormy wind blew. They shot through the sky to the back of beyond. The witch clutched her bow, but let go of her wand. What did the witch say? Down! Cried the witch, and they flew to the ground. They searched for the wand, but no wand could be found.
No one.
Then all of a sudden, from out of a pond, leaped a dripping wet frog and a dripping wet wand. He dropped it politely, then said with a croak, as the witch dried the wand in the fold of her cloak, I'm a frog, as clean as can be. Is there room on the broom for a frog like me?
The frog is going like your body.
Yeah. Yes, said the witch, so the frog bounded on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. Over the moors and the mountains they flew. The frog jumped for joy, and the broom snapped in two. Down fell the cat and the dog and the frog. Down they went tumbling into a bog. The witch's half broomstick flew into a cloud, and the witch heard a roar that was scary and loud. I am a dragon, as mean as can be, and which, with French fries, tastes delicious to me." "No!" cried the witch, flying higher and higher. The dragon flew after her, breathing out fire. "Help!" cried the witch, flying down to the ground. She looked all around, but no help could be found. The dragon drew near with a glint in his eyes and said, "Just this once, I'll have witch without French fries."
And
But just as he planned to begin on his feast, from out of a ditch rose a horrible beast. It was tall, dark, and sticky, and feathered and furred. It had 4 frightful heads, it had wings like a bird, and its terrible voice, when it started to speak, was a yowl and a growl and a croak and a shriek. It dripped and it squelched as it strode from the ditch, and it said to the dragon, "Buzz off, that's my witch." The dragon drew back and started to shake. "I'm sorry," he spluttered. "I made a mistake. It's nice to have met you, but now I must fly." And he spread his wings and was off through the sky.
and his daddy got his baby dragon's back.
Then down flew the bird and down jumped the frog. Down climbed the cat and "Phew," said the dog. And "Thank you, oh thank you," the grateful witch cried. "Without you, I'd be in the dragon's inside." Then she filled up her cauldron and said with a grin, "Find something, everyone, throw something in." So the frog found a lily, and the cat found a cone, and the bird found a twig, and the dog found a bone. They threw them all in, and the witch stirred them well, and while she was stirring, she muttered a spell. "Iggity, ziggity, zaggity, zoom!" And then out rose
Is that
a truly magnificent broom, with seats for the witch and the cat and the dog, a nest for the bird and a pool for the frog. "Yes!" cried the witch, and they all clambered on. The witch tapped the broomstick, and whoosh, they were gone. And that's the end. Is that a good book?
now?
Gruffalo.
Yes. Wonderful.
Gruffalo's child.
Wonderful.
Okay. The Gruffalo said that no Gruffalo should ever set foot in the deep dark wood. "Why not? Why not?" "Because if you do, the big bad mouse will be after you. I met him once," the Gruffalo said. "I met him a long, long time ago." "What does he look like? Tell us, Dad. Is he terribly big and terribly bad?" "I can't quite remember," the Gruffalo said. Then he thought for a minute and scratched his head. "The big bad mouse is terribly strong, and his scaly tail is terribly long. His eyes are like pools of terrible fire, and his terrible whiskers are tougher than wire." One snowy night, when the Gruffalo snored, the Gruffalo's child was feeling bored. The Gruffalo's child was feeling brave, so she tiptoed out of the Gruffalo cave. The snow fell fast and the wind blew wild. Into the wood went the Gruffalo's child.
In the woods.
Aha! Ooh, a trail in the snow. Whose is this trail, and where does it go? A tail poked out of a log pile house. Could this be the tail of the big bad mouse?
No, it's a snake.
Out slid the creature. His eyes were small, and he didn't have whiskers, no, none at all. "You're not the mouse?" "Not I," said the snake. "He's down by the lake, eating Gruffalo cake." The snow fell fast, and the wind blew wild. "I'm not scared," said the Gruffalo's child.
I'm going to watch Buffalo tomorrow.
Okay. Aha! Ooh! Marks in the snow. Whose are these claw marks? Where do they go? Two eyes gleamed out of a treetop house. Could these be the eyes of the big bad mouse? Down flew the creature. His tail was short, and he didn't have whiskers of any sort. "You're not the mouse?" "Hoo-hoo, not I, but he's somewhere nearby, eating Gruffalo pie." The snow fell fast, and the wind blew wild. "I'm not scared," said the Gruffalo's child. Aha! Ooh, a track in the snow. Whose is this track, and where does it go? Whiskers, at last, and an underground house. Could this be the home of the big bad mouse? Out slunk the creature. His eyes weren't fiery. His tail wasn't scaly. His whiskers weren't wiry. "You're not the mouse?" "Oh no, not me. He's under a tree, drinking Gruffalo tea." "It's all a trick," said the Gruffalo's child as she sat on the stump where the snow lay piled. "I don't believe in the big bad mouse. But here comes a little one out of his house. Not big, not bad, but a mouse at least. You'll taste good as a midnight feast." "Wait," said the mouse. "Before you eat, there's a friend of mine you ought to meet. If you let me hop onto a hazel twig, I'll beckon my friend, so bad and big." The Gruffalo's child unclenched her fist. "The big bad mouse. So he does exist." The mouse hopped on to the hazel tree. He beckoned, then said, "Just wait and see." Out came the moon. It was bright and round. A terrible shadow fell onto the ground. Who is this creature, so big, bad, and strong? His tail and his whiskers are terribly long. His ears are enormous, and over the shoulder he carries a nut as big as a boulder. "The big bad mouse!" yelled the Gruffalo's child. The mouse jumped down from the twig and smiled. "Aha! Ooh! Prints in the snow. Whose are these footprints? Where do they go?" The footprints led to the Gruffalo cave, where the Gruffalo's child was a bit less brave. The Gruffalo's child was a bit less bored. And the Gruffalo snored and snored and snored. You're the Gruffalo's child. No, we're not doing Stickman tonight. We've done 2 books. We don't have Stickman in here, Viv. We'll do Stickman tomorrow, okay?
I'm the Stickman.
Oh. Shh. Listen. I can do it. Stickman lives in the family tree with his stick lady love and his stick children 3. One day he wakes early and goes for a jog. "Stickman, oh Stickman, beware of the dog." "A stick!" barks the dog. "An excellent stick. The right kind of stick for my favorite trick. I'll fetch it and drop it and fetch it, and then I'll drop it and fetch it and drop it again." A notice says, Dogs must be kept on the lead. At last, the game's over, and Stickman is freed. I don't know the rest. I'm not a stick. Why can't they see? I'm Stickman, I'm Stickman, I'm Stickman, that's me. And I want to go home to the family tree. Is that Vivi? You love your daddy? I love you, Viv. Gonna go sleep now?
No.
No? You gonna be a pest?
No.
Yep.
No.
Give daddy a kiss? Mm-hmm. Have you been picking your nozzle? Your nozzle? Who's that? Penguin? Aww. Shall we get all cozy? Yeah, there's a penguin. Oh. Oh, so cozy. Let's say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I love you so much.
We love you so much too, Vivi. Penguin loves you too. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
My mustache.
Your mustache?
Mm-hmm.
Is that your mustache?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see your mouth. Come on. Let's see it. I'll show it. Good night. Should we say good night, everybody?
Good night, everybody.
It's good night to the future.
Good night to the future.
All right.